Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. How you doing? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Well, not weekend, because it's Friday, so almost a weekend. So I have some funny stories to share with you guys about some pick-me's, okay? Some women who've experienced some dealing with some pick-me's. So um I'm going to let the stitches play and give my commentary throughout the video. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys.
Get ready with me as I tell you about one of the worst pick-me's I've ever met. First, let me put this dark spot brightening serum on because my under eyes are giving nightmare before Christmas. I've had my fair share of encounters with pick-me girls, as I'm sure we all have, but this girl has to be one of the top 5 worst that I've encountered. Once you defeat all the pick-me's, you gotta get through her, she's the final boss type shit. So this happened a few weeks ago at my friend's birthday party. So I went there by myself and I showed up, and as soon as I got there, I walk over to my friend whose birthday it is. And I'm just talking to her for a little bit. We hadn't seen each other in a few weeks, so we were just kind of chatting and catching up. As we're talking, this other girl that I don't know comes up and stands beside me and my friend. And my friend's like, "Oh, Tabitha, this is," let's call her Maggie. And I'm like, "Oh, hi, Maggie, nice to meet you." This girl looks me up and down and goes, yeah, I noticed you when you first walked in because you're really dressed up." For reference, I was wearing this top and a black skirt. Full disclaimer, I am extra as fuck. When I go out, I like to dress up. I dress up a lot. But for some reason this night, I was not dressed up. So that comment just didn't make any sense. And I'm just like, haha, okay, whatever. Because people say shit like that to me all the time. So I walk away, and then I'm just kind of like talking to other people at the party, introducing myself because I didn't know a lot of people there. So I'm talking to this one guy, and I literally don't even remember his name, but we were just having a casual conversation. I was not interested in him whatsoever. We were just talking. Everything was just very normal and calm. Like there was nothing going on. This girl comes out of nowhere, grabs my arm, and goes, "Oh my God, are you okay? You're like falling all over the place." And I'm just like very taken aback and confused because at this point in the night, I had made myself a vodka soda and I had taken like 2 or 3 sips of the drink. Like by no stretch of the imagination was I drunk. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. So then later on, I'm talking to my one friend and she like mentioned something about March Madness. And as a joke, I said, "Oh yeah, the only basketball player I know is Tristan Thompson because he's Khloe Kardashian's baby daddy." This girl, who was apparently standing behind me eavesdropping like a freak, turns around so fucking fast. There was a gust of wind because of how quickly she turned around and goes, "Oh my God, I cannot believe you just admitted that out loud." I was so taken back and confused. Like, are you the fucking CEO of ESPN? Literally, why do you even care? So then, like, an hour goes by, and Maggie is talking to the guy that she almost bulldozed me over to get to. Which, like, side note, I'm sure by what I described, you're picturing, like, this hot ass guy, like Jacob Elordi from Euphoria, hot as fuck. No, like just get that mental picture out of your head because he was not that, which made it even more confusing because it's like you almost injured me to get to this guy. I think it's so funny because pick-me's always do the most for these guys, and then like whole time it's a guy that uses 5-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, and sleeps on an air mattress. Like it was never that serious. So I look over and see her talking to him, and this is no exaggeration. This actually happened. I tried to take a picture, but I didn't. She literally has her hand to his like this. Like in the memes where you see the pick me girl and she's like, "Oh my gosh, my hand's so small. Like, let's compare it." She has her hands to his literally exactly like from the meme. Like it was literally like she was reading from a script, like how to be the most pick me bitch ever. Like I was floored. I was floored. I was like, there's no way that this is playing out in real life. Like, there's no way that she actually just did this. So then the night goes on and we walk over to the bars, and luckily I'm able to avoid her most of the night because, you know, she was out doing her pick me thing at the bar and I was with my friends. But then I have one last interaction with her, the finale, the final kickoff. So we're walking home from the bars and my one friend, like as a joke, was like, "Oh my gosh, my feet are killing me. Who wants to switch shoes with me?" Maggie turns around and goes, "I would say you should switch with Tabitha, but I don't think you want to wear her cowgirl boots." These are the cowgirl boots in question. These right here. And what made that comment even weirder was that she was walking ahead of us. Like, I wasn't even in her field of vision. So it's like, why are you walking and just like sitting there and thinking about me and what I'm wearing? Like, Very, very disturbing. So I truly hope I see this girl again, because if I do, I'm gonna be in the most Western ass outfit. I'm gonna bring a lasso. I'm gonna come in riding a fucking horse. Y'all, the sad part is I have even worse pick me stories than that, so stay tuned.
I love when pygmies are trying to be one of the boys, you know, trying to show men that, you know, they're good with sports, they know sports, and they're down with anything. Because the way she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you just said that out loud is like killing me. And her basically saying, oh, I don't think you want to wear her boots. It's like, how are you walking in front, but you can't see me in the back? It's like they're paying more attention to you than you are paying attention to yourself. It's crazy work.
You guys know those skits on TikTok where it's just like a girl like pretending to be a pick me and she's like, oh my god, Jake, like my hands are so small. Let's compare hands like that. I literally didn't think people acted like that in real life until I met this one girl who is like the textbook definition of a pick me. So many instances of this girl being a pick me, so I'm gonna give you guys a couple of scenarios that happened. A big group of us hanging out one night, and this was in the middle of winter, so obviously it's like, you know, cold out. And we were getting ready to leave, and she's like, oh my god, I need one of the boys to walk me to my car. Actually, I probably need multiple of y'all, because it's just like I'm so small and it's so windy out that the wind might blow me away. Girl, what? We all just looked at each other and we're like, no way, she just said that. Now, to be fair, this girl's like 5 foot tall, very small, very petite, but I'm like, girl, like, be fucking for real. One time we were at a bar and there was this group of guys that were catcalling me and they were just being super duper creepy to me. So I go over and let our group know. And everyone's like, okay, we're just gonna like avoid going over there. We're not gonna interact with those people. Let's not look at those people. And this girl was like, oh my gosh, do you think they would hit on me if I walked over there? And we were all like, probably. I mean, like, she's a pretty girl. I'm not gonna sit here and say she's ugly. She's not. But I'm just like, what is wrong? Like, they were being so incredibly creepy to me. Like, even the guys were like super duper uncomfortable, and we were like, why would you want to go over there? We'll kind of just ignore the fact that she brought that up because we all thought it was stupid. And then she proceeds to go over there and start talking to the guys. Really need validation that bad? Like, I promise you, some other guy that's not creepy will give you validation. You don't need it from these men. Every time we're in public with this girl and someone asks for her phone number or shows interest in her, she makes sure that everybody in the group is aware of the fact that she just got asked for her number. And she's like, yeah, like I gave it to them, but they're like ugly, so I'm not gonna text them. Why did you give them your number? Wearing a really cute skirt one time, so I asked her where she got it from. She's like, yeah, I got it from the kids section. You know, because I'm just so small. Like, I wear kids' clothes, so it doesn't matter where I got it from because you wouldn't be able to fit into it. Excuse me? Like, yeah, okay, I'm 5'8". Like, obviously I'm not gonna fit into a kid's skirt. Can you tell me what brand it is, maybe? I'm sure they make the same thing in, like, adult clothing basis. I honestly wear a full beat just all the time just because, I don't know, I like doing my makeup, I like doing eyeliner, and she came up to me and said in front of a bunch of people, she's like, oh my god, like, I could never do all that makeup. Like, I don't even know how to do eyeliner. I can barely do mascara. Like, I'm just so bad at makeup. I just prefer to be more natural. As if she's not wearing a full beat in every single one of her Instagram photos. Also, Miss Girl, you have work done, so I don't really know what you mean by natural. There's so many more stories about this girl, but I just needed to get a few off my chest because it's been really irking me recently.
You are way too pretty. I mean, just stop, stop, stop. Ew. It's so important to build confidence because you don't have to constantly look for validation and putting other women down in the process. That is crazy work. Build confidence, ladies. Build confidence and have other women as your allies, not your enemies. Because trust me, when that man hurts you, you're gonna need your girls.
Please tell me why I came across the most pick me ass girl ever in my life, okay? Not even exaggerating, like this girl actually hates other girls, like for real. Basically, picture a bad bitch in orientation because like the summer semester is starting, and I sat next to this girl because I was like, you know what, I need to communicate, I need to have more social skills, okay, because I'm a shy ass bitch, right? So I sit next to this girl and she starts talking, and like the first thing that comes out of her mouth is like, I don't really have a lot of girlfriends because like they're all fake, like they all backstab you. Like I have mostly guy friends because guys are like just like way more better friends. And then as soon as she said that, I was like, okay, this girl is a little bit off. Like something about her, like you cannot trust this bitch. Can we please give a moment of silence for this blush? Like, this is the e.l.f. putty blushes. Like, these two shades, they're literally everything. And then I was like, I don't really believe that, but if that's what you think, then it's your life, you know? And then she, after I said that, she like literally wanted to argue with me, and she was like, oh, like, you really think the whole girls girl movement is a real thing? Like, you don't think that girls are like really backstabbers? Girl even mean? Like, what does that even mean? And then I was like, when you have other girls back, like, you know what? And then she, for like legit, like, I'm not even lying to you, she for real said like, oh, so girls are just lesbians then. I'm not a lesbian, so I'm not a girls girl. Are you serious? Like, what? I'm telling you, in that type of tone she was talking to me, and I was like, you need to like relax. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, we're not gonna argue. I'm not gonna go back and forth with it. Like, if you want to think that, you can think that, okay? And then I was just like, you're right, like, I am a lesbian. Like, I am a lesbian, you're right. So after that happened, we didn't really talk much because, like, I put her in her place. Like, bitch, don't talk to me like that, what the hell? Until, like, the end of the whole presentation ended, I had to, like, go pick up a paper from the front. But please tell me why, as soon as I come back from picking up my paper from the front, like, I had to basically sit next to her again, whatever. So, like, her whole face changed. Like, she had a cara de envidiosa, like, like, her whole face just changed, okay? And immediately as I sit down, she's like, who do you think you are? You think you're a superstar? And I was very confused. I was like, what does this girl even mean? Like, I'm confused. Like, and then she was like, why are you dressed like that? You think you're a celebrity? And I was like, okay, this bitch has a problem with the way I dress. I was dressed like this. I was just like with a long shirt and a skirt. So like, it kind of looked like I was not really wearing bottoms, but like, babe, like, we're 20 years old. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, like, I'm not, like, this is not high school anymore. Like, I could dress whatever the fuck I want. And I think she got mad because, like, these guys were staring at me. But, babe, like, men attention is not, like, something you should put on a pedestal. Like, men will literally get with a crackhead. Like, honestly, like, I don't care if a man thinks that, like, looks at me. I'm not like, oh, wow, that man looked at me. Like, my confidence just went 10 times up. Like, no, babe, I don't dress for other people. Like, then I was like, yes, I am a superstar. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you, like, I said, why are you threatened? And when I said this, bro, her whole face changed and she just shut her mouth. And I was like, yes, bitch, exactly. Know your place, honey. And it's crazy because I didn't know that there was girls like that for real. Like, I used to hear stories times about pick-me girls, but I was just like, okay, like, there's like 1 in every 1,000. No, babe, there's like 5 in every 10 people. Like, you know what I mean? You'll never understand a pick-me girl because, like, you should never put men in a pedestal. Like, they'll get with a literal homeless person on the street. Like, I'm being so for real. As always, I love you guys so much. Please go follow my Insta. I post so many baddie girl photos. And please go subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to be posting a video esta semana. So, as always, I love you guys so much. Bye!
I got called off of work, so we're going to do a little story time of what it was like being friends with a pick-me girl. It's going to be a little bit longer of a story time because I'm going to go through every single product I use. I'm using hyaluronic acid by Inkey List. So this was like the first ever job I worked at. I was 15 years old. And if you're dying to know, my first job was at Canada's Wonderland. Literally the most ratchet place ever to work at. I feel like every kid in the GTA had a job there at some point. Inkey List Caffeine Eye Cream. I'm just going in with my Tatcha Water Cream. I have a lot of stories from my first year working there. But anyways, so everyone pretty much hated me. I'm joking, they didn't hate me, but it was like the type of place where drama would start literally out of nowhere. Like, I remember this one time, some girl came up to me in the staff room and was like, heard you're talking shit about me. And I'm literally a baby. I'm like, no, I haven't. And then all of a sudden, me and this girl got beef because apparently some girl with brown hair was talking shit about her in the fucking, like, food court. Glow Recipe drops. Anyway, so I meet this girl who is giving me very much like, oh, I'm the it girl. Like, here, let me give you a rundown of what's going on in this place. Haus Labs in 175 Light Neutral. So I kind of became friends with this girl because she kind of like clinged on to me. It was just always where I was. And like literally right off the bat, I knew this girl was a pick-me girl because the first thing like she'd say to me was like, oh, you see that guy over there? Yeah, I hooked up with him. Oh, him? I also had sex with him. And apparently this girl slept with 2 managers and she's also like 16, 15 years old and the managers are like 18, 19. She's like, you can't tell anyone because it's like illegal. Also, I always like to go in with this Sigma color corrector just under my eyes. Anyway, so our conversations always just consisted of her being like, yep, this guy just looked at me today, this guy did this today, and there was this one guy that I kind of liked. And of course, she'd also be like, yeah, low-key, I think he's like into me. One size in Light 2 concealer. Anyways, there's this one guy in particular that she really liked and would so openly flirt in front of. Guys, it was literally embarrassing. Like, she would like purposely like unbutton her shirt, and it was like the most cringiest thing ever. Like, very overtly being flirty and stuff like that. And I think she got him like a little birthday present too. Like, I think it was a bracelet or a necklace. And it was clear that this guy was not into her. There's this other girl that worked there, mommy, like literally so hot. She was like a hot older girl. And this girl was just trying to convince herself that like they were just friends and that he really is just so into her. Rare Beauty bronzer in Happy Soul. Guys, I kid you not, she camped out in the staff room waiting for him to come in. And there were like 3 boys in the staff room at the time. And as soon as that guy walked in, she took her shirt off. I'm not even joking. She waited until he came in so she could take her shirt off, and she was wearing a red like lingerie bra. It did backfire on her though, because all those guys started talking shit. Fenty in the shade Amber. Even though she was a pick-me, she's probably one of the least toxic people that work there. My makeup's not done, so check out part 2 for my first kiss.
I feel really bad because sometimes, yes, we might say, you know what, a lot of children are lacking love at home, and that's why, you know, they act out like that, and they're trying to get validation from anyone, really, not just men. Sometimes it could even be women, you know. They want validation because they're not getting love at home. They're not feeling validated at home. And sometimes it's just so deeply rooted. And sometimes I feel like some people are just, I don't know, like, are they meant to be a pick me, a hoe? Like, it's crazy because they could be from a 2 loving parent household and they act out like that. And it's just, you know, like, damn, what's the problem, sis? To be that young and, you know, trying to get older men and, you know, wearing stuff like that in front of people. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Um, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your favorite story down below. Let me know your experience with a pick me. Thank you so much for watching this far. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you ladies in the next video.